Yes. I want to finish this up so bad. I'm doing one more. Uh-huh. Uh so I wasn't able to quite finish up with what I wanted to the third thing I wanted to say. That was so I saw, and I didn't go and check it out. I'm not going to check it out. I heard the first few sentences and I started laughing. First of all, it's a clickbait kind of thing. Again, on Facebook, and it's about on how the alien files will be. The UFO, not alien. UFO files will be released. Not alien files. UFO files. And there's a whole bunch of clergy that is going to be trained and instructed on that by supposed government officials, I guess. Right? Yes? They're going to be trained. They're going to be taught about all that. What the heck does a clergy have to do with all that? I mean, we're talking pastors and all that, priests and all that. I thought that was funny. So I just started the video, right? And it's like this journalist and then this one clergy, I don't know, pastor, priest, whatever he was. And it starts and says, so so that's what we heard. He says, well, actually, it's just a bunch of us, so the clergy, getting together and to discuss that. That was it. I was done listening. First of all, as I said, so there is no briefing. Oh, briefing, they called it. Why would the government, after releasing UFO files, brief pastors, priests, reverends? Why would they do that? What's the plan here? People, I've said this many times before. I've never come across a credible story about UFOs, right? Yes, or aliens. Never, ever. In all my life, and believe me, on the farm, I'm all by myself there. I invited them several times. Said, look, if you are out there, really, you can hear me. So here it is. Come on. I'm all by myself here. I've got all the video equipment this time. We can make a proper video to really prove you exist. Never happened. And you know what the interesting thing? You know what the interesting thing is? That with all the technology we have now, people all be able to make videos, always right there for the story. I find that very interesting too. Nobody has made actually videos of any aliens. Oh man, people describe them, what they look like, this, that, even the UFOs, as a really weird, you see the aliens, but the UFOs, where are they actually, I'm just saying. There aren't, why aren't, we have even more advanced now, I'm sure the aliens have too, but we don't have really any kind of footage that's clear or resemble the descriptions of the people who supposedly have been seeing aliens, abducted by aliens. Right? Yes? I'm just saying. It's humbug, people. All right? I am sick and tired of this. It's humbug. Why would you believe? Just like astrology stuff. Why would you believe that stuff? There's psychics out there. Come on now, people. Stop. You don't need psychics to have a connection to your loved ones in spirit world. I've watched enough psychic shows, okay? Enough of them. Just because I'm... Okay, let's see. Is this really to toy around with the emotions of people when they're grieving? I think is the lowest form. One of the lowest forms of okay. It's wrong. It's just wrong. Anyway, I went in and I said, no, there are no aliens. I said, I lived long enough to know. It's all humbug. I wanted to add, it isn't Christmas yet. don't take that the wrong way. The only thing that I acknowledge at Christmas is Jesus' birth. That's it. The rest of it to me is all humbug. People can do whatever they want with a Santa Claus or this or that out there, unless you want to teach your children. Look, there's Jesus' birth. And Santa Claus is like Jesus' father, God, our heavenly parent, cruising through the night sky. Right? And this is how we make him visible. I'll go with that. Right? Anyway. So there it is. Oh, I gotta get going. I'm not done reading it. Man, I gotta tell you what. UFO files, my ass. Okay, shh. I said it under the breath of my teeth. It was okay. Alright, the book of Jeremiah 51. Yeah, they're not gonna believe this is the last one, but it's the long. It's so long. I don't know if I'll be able to get this into one video. Yahweh makes war on Babylon. 51. Yahweh says this, the last chapter of Jeremiah. Thank God. And the inhabitants of Leb Kamai I shall rouse a destructive wind. I shall send winnowers to Babylon. My throat's really scratchy now. To winnow her and leave her country bare. It's 3 pages long. For she will be beleaguered on all sides on the day of disaster. Let no archer bend his bow. Let no man swagger in his breastplate. No quarter for her young man. Curse her whole army with destruction in the country of the Chaldeans, and the slaughtered will fall. In the streets of Babylon, those run through by the sword. For Israel and Judah have not been bereft of their God, Yahweh Sabaoth, although their country was full of sin against the Holy One of Israel. Escape from Babylon, save your lives, each one of you. Do not perish for her guilt, for now is the time for Yahweh's vengeance. He will pay her her reward. Babylon was a golden cup in Yahweh's hand. She made the whole world drunk. The nations drank her wine and then went mad. Babylon has suddenly fallen, is broken. Wail for her. Fetch balm for her wounds. Perhaps she can be cured. We tried to cure Babylon. She has got no better. Leave her alone. Let us each go to his own country. Yes, her sentence reaches to the sky, rises to the very clouds. Yahweh has shown the uprightness of our cause. Come, let us tell in Zion what Yahweh our God has done. Really. Sharpen the arrows, fill the quivers. Yahweh has roused the spirit of the kings of the Medes, because he has a plan against Babylon to destroy it. This is Yahweh's revenge for his temple. Against the walls of Babylon, raise the stranded, strengthen the guard, post the sentries, take up concealed positions, for Yahweh has both planned and done what he promised he would to the inhabitants of Babylon. Enthroned beside abundant waters, rich in treasures, you now meet your end, the finish of your pillaging. Hang on, you guys. Oh, coffee coat my throat a bit. Where am I? Those run through by the sword. For Israel and Judah have not been bereft of their God Yahweh Sabaoth, although their country was full of sin against the Holy One of Israel. Escape from Babylon. Save your lives, each one of you. Do not perish for her guilt, for now is the time for Yahweh's vengeance. He will pay her her reward. Babylon was a golden cup in Yahweh's hand. She made the whole world drunk. The nations drank her wine and then went mad. Babylon has suddenly fallen, is broken. Wail for her. Fetch balm for her wounds. Perhaps she can be cured. We tried to cure Babylon. She has got no better. Leave her alone, and let us each go to his own country. Yes, her sentence reaches to the sky, rises to the very clouds. Yahweh has shown the uprightness of our cause. Come, let us tell in Zion what Yahweh our God has done. Sharpen the arrows, fill the quivers. Oh, this is like a hymn or something. A really bad one. Yahweh has roused to the spirit of the kings of the Medes, because he has a plan against Babylon to destroy it. Okay, we already know that. This is Yahweh's revenge, revenge for his temple. Yep, already read that too. Against the walls of Babylon, raise the standard, strengthen the guard, post the sentries, take up concealed positions, for Yahweh has both planned and done. Oh, have I already read this? Oh, let's just keep going. I guess I'm reading extra, or this is double. For Yahweh has both planned and done what he promised, yep, he would do to the inhabitants of Babylon. Just read it again. Just go with me. Enthroned beside abundant waters, rich in treasures, you now meet your end, the finish of your pillaging by his own self. Yahweh Sabaoth has sworn, I shall fill you with men, I'll store with grasshoppers, and over you they will raise the triumph shout. By his power he made the earth, by his wisdom set the world firm, by his discernment spread the heavens. When the thunders, there is a roaring of waters in heaven. He raises clouds from the furthest limits of the earth, makes the lightning flash for the downpour, and brings the wind from his storehouse. At this everyone stands stupefied, uncomprehending. Every goldsmith blushes for his idols. His castings are but delusions, with no breath in them. They are futile, a laughable production. When the time comes from them to be punished, they will vanish. The heritage of Jacob is not like these, for he is the maker of everything, and Israel is a tribe that is his heritage. His name is Yahweh Sabaoth. There's so much repetitious stuff going on. Not because I read it something twice here. But again, I'm doing this for the reputation of God. Let's just keep going. Yahweh's hammer and the giant mountain. You were my mace, a weapon of war. With you I crushed nations, struck kingdoms down. With you crushed horse and rider. With you crushed chariot and charioteer. With you crushed man and woman. With you crushed old man and young. With you crushed young man and girl. And people are so proud of that. Crushing God's creations. And then making him a part of it, so that what? They feel less guilty? I'm not getting this. With you crushed shepherd and flock. With you crushed plowman and team. With you crushed governors and magistrates. And I shall repay Babylon and the inhabitants of Chaldea before your eyes for all the wrongs they have done to Zion. Yahweh declares. Yeah, right. It's all lies. It's all lies that God was a part of that. That's what I'm saying. I am setting myself against you, mountain of destruction, Yahweh declares, destroyer of the whole world. Well, that's like a fallible. Yahweh declares, destroyer of the whole world. Did you? Anybody just notice what I've read here? No? Okay. Well, I can't help you then. If you did, then good for you. That's weird. That's weird. Then we can throw the whole of Genesis out of this book. Okay. Why has nobody noticed this kind of stuff? I shall reach out my hand for you and send you tumbling from the cracks and crags and make you a burnt out mountain. No cornerstone will be taken from you again, and no foundation stone for you will be a desert forever, Yahweh declares. Sounds like a volcano. The end of Babylon is imminent. Raise the standard throughout the world. Sound the trumpet among the nations. Consecrate nations to make war on her. Summon kingdoms against her. Ararat, Mini, Ashkenaz, appoint a recruiting officer for her enemies. Bring up the cavalry bristling like locusts. Consecrate nations to make war on her. The kings of Media, her governors, all her magistrates, and the whole territory under their rule. Then the earth trembled and writhed, for Yahweh's plan against Babylon was being executed, to change the country of Babylon into an unpopulated desert. The warriors of Babylon have done with fighting. They have stayed inside their fortresses, their courage exhausted. They are now like women. Her houses are on fire, her gates are shattered. Courier follows close on courier, messenger on messenger, to tell the king of Babylon that his city has been taken from all sides. The forts occupied, the bastions burnt down, and the fighting men seized with panic. For Yahweh Sabaoth, the God of Israel, says this: The daughter of Babylon is like a threshing floor when it is being trodden. A little while, and then the time for harvesting her will come. Yahweh's vengeance. He devoured me, consumed me. Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, left me like an empty dish, like the dragon. He has swallowed my whole, filled his belly with my tidbits, and threw me out. On Babylon be the wounds I suffered. The daughter of Sion will say, on the inhabitants of Chaldea be my blood. Jerusalem will say. Weirdo. That's weird. So Yahweh says this: Look, I am taking up your cause to make sure you are avenged. I shall dry her river up, make her springs run dry. Babylon will become a heap of stones, the lair of jackals, a thing of horror and of scorn. With no one living in it, like lions, they roar together. They growl like lions, whelps. Are they feverish? I will prepare them a drink, and make them drink until they are tipsy, and fall into an everlasting sleep, never to wake again. Yahweh declares, I will drag them away to the slaughterhouse like lambs, like rams and goats. Yahweh wouldn't do anything like that. It's all wishful thinking. Again, why? Why all this wishful thinking for... Okay, you know what? A dirge for Babylon. What has Sheshach? A dirge. Yeah, a dirge. A dirge. That's a like a death song. What has Sheshach been taken, been conquered, the pride of the whole world? What a thing of horror Babylon has become throughout the nations. The sea has risen over Babylon. She sinks beneath its boisterous waves. Her towns have been turned into wasteland, a parched land, a desert, a country where no one lives and where nobody goes. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's one more, 52. Yahweh punishes the idols. This wasn't the last one. Sorry. I missed the 52 part here. I shall punish Bel in Babylon and make him disgorge what he has swallowed. In future, the nations will stream to him no more. The very walls of Babylon will fall. Get out of her, my people. Save your lives, each one of you, from Yahweh's furious anger. But do not be faint-hearted. Do not take fright at rumors hawked around the country. One rumor spreads one year, next year another follows. Yeah, we're familiar with that. Violence rules on earth, and one tyrant succeeds another. So look, the days are coming when I shall punish the idols of Babylon. Oh, wait, I thought it already happened. Her entire country will be humbled. Wait a minute, didn't that already happen? With all her slaughtered lying on home soil, the heaven and earth and all within them will shout for joy over Babylon. For the destroyers from the north are coming to her, Yahweh declares. Babylon in her turn must fall. You slaughtered ones of Israel, just as through Babylon there fell men slaughtered all over the world. You who escaped her sword, leave her, do not wait. Remember Yahweh from afar. Let Jerusalem come into your mind. We were ashamed when we heard of the outrage. We were covered in confusion because foreigners had entered the temple of Yahweh's holy places. Oh. That was an interesting one. So look, the days are coming, Yahweh declares, when I shall punish her idols, and the wounded will groan throughout her country. Where Babylon to scale the heavens or reinforce her towering citadel, destroyers would still come to her on my orders, Yahweh declares. The din of shouting from Babylon, of immense destruction from the country of the Chaldeans. Yes, Yahweh is laying Babylon waste and silencing her monstrous din. That hasn't happened yet, though. Whose waves used to roar like the ocean, and their tumultuous voices rang out. For the destroyer has befallen on Babylon. Her warriors are captured. Their bows are broken. Yes, Yahweh is a God of retribution. No, he's a God of restoration, not retribution. He never fails to repay. I shall make her princes and her sages drink, her governors, her magistrates, her warriors. They will fall into an everlasting sleep, never to wake again. We already heard that one. I did not read that twice. This is actually coming up again. Declares the king whose name is Yahweh Sabaoth. Babylon razed to the ground. Yahweh Sabaoth says this: the walls of Babylon the Great didn't happen yet. Will be razed to the ground, and her lofty gates will be burnt down. Those peoples toil for nothing, and nations wear themselves out for the flames. The written prophecy thrown into the Euphrates. We're getting there. This is the order that the prophet Jeremiah gave to Seraiah, son of Neriah, son of Mahaseiah, when Seraiah left for Babylon with Zedekiah, king of Judah, in the 4th year of his reign. Seraiah was Lord Chamberlain. Now, on one sheet, Jeremiah had written down the entire disaster that was to befall Babylon. That is, all these words recorded here against Babylon. Jeremiah then said to Seraiah, when you reach Babylon, see to it that you read all these words aloud. Then say, you, Yahweh, have promised to destroy this place, so that no one will live here ever again, neither human nor animal, and it will be desolate forever. That when you have finished reading the sheet, tie a stone to it and throw it into the middle of the Euphrates. With the words, so shall Babylon sink, never to rise again from the disaster which I am going to bring on her. Thus far the words of Jeremiah. All right. Anyway, so can't even think of more. One more to go. Is it only one more? Yes. And then we're in the book of Lamentations. Look. Cute. It even kept its color. I pressed it right into the Bible, I think. No, can't remember why it's in here, but I'm sure it has a good reason. So we leave it right there. Yes. Oh, actually, I'm going to put it a little ahead here so it won't fall out while I keep reading. Okay, that's it. Done. So what did I start out with to begin with? All that humbug about aliens and UFOs. Yeah. What I just read here, all in 51, that's all humbug about how our Heavenly Parent treats His own creation. Okay? We are doing that. We're the destroyers. They were the other people in the past were the destroyers. Our ancestors were destructors. Okay? All around the world. There are still plenty of destructors living now. I'm trying not to be one of them. So, no. There's no way that God had anything to do with this. If there was anything happening, actually. I should go look it up. I don't want to. I live today, right? Yes. I know I don't have to go. My heart to mind, my conscience, my life has taught me enough that this isn't true and never will be true. That God was a part of this. Our Heavenly Parent. Never, ever. It's all man-made. Wishful thinking. Curses. Threats on others. Do not come from God. Okay. That's it. That's all I have to say. May Heavenly Parent bless, protect you, guide you, embrace you with love. Eldridge, my dearest brother in faith, let's keep praying. Yes. And I will talk to y'all another time.